Just put the Maronis back on the map. If Sal's got a problem with that, then fuck him. I don't need him. I don't need any of them. From here on out, there's no more playing it safe. Drops at yesterday's game. I'm gonna get whatever the hell's in that shipment. I'm gonna run this goddamn city. And I want you in on it.
Really?
Yeah, you earned it. You know, for the most part. Guys like us, we gotta stick together.
Da 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 Penguin. Greetings, Batman fans, DC Comics fans, and of course, Penguin fans, and welcome to a brand new podcast project that I am working on called The Penguin's Mightier. It's a pun. It's a play on words. It's a play on the pen is mightier. I had no intention of doing this. I had no intention of doing these videos. I had no intention of putting out these podcast episodes. But yesterday, I watched The Batman for the first time in years. And I watched it, and I thought, I never finished doing Geek Mentality's Batman, big screen Batman. So I posted an episode about that, and I thought, why don't I do it as a video? And I posted it on here on the YouTube channel, if you're watching it on YouTube. And got a couple comments asking if I was going to talk about the Penguin. And I thought, no, I'm not. Am I? Maybe I should. Yes, I should. Yes, I will. Yes, I am. All it took was a couple comments, a couple little pieces of positive reinforcement, and here I am talking about the Penguin. I just watched the first episode. I thought I'd watch the first episode right away, talk about it really quick, then jump back and watch that second episode. And then I saw the second episode doesn't come out until next week. I thought the first episode comes out on a Tuesday and then it's going to be Sundays going forward. I thought that means we'd get another episode tonight. I was wrong. We're not getting the second episode until next week, it looks like, which is fine. That actually leaves me more time to talk to you about this first episode after hours. This, as we know, as everyone knows, this is a spin-off of The Batman from Matt Reeves from 2022. Colin Farrell, he reprises his role as Oswald. Did they call him Oswald in the movie? I think they might have. They might have called him Oswald here. I don't remember. By the way, if you're new to me, I don't get a lot of things right. I will watch a show, take no notes, and then just start talking about it. But my feelings are real, so that's got to be worth something. I know they changed his name to Oz Cobb, or at least he goes by Oz, and I assume his last name is Cobb. And I don't care about that. That's fine. It's a new, I like to think maybe they came over and they changed Cobblepot to Cobb to make it easier. Like maybe they came over from another country. I have no idea. Who cares? The fact is we're getting a show in the world of Batman. Now, I watched Gotham. Did you watch Gotham? I really liked Gotham. In fact, I liked Gotham more as it went on, as it just embraced the fact that it was a comic book show, as it went a little zanier, a little more bonkers with the villains and all the characters around young Jim Gordon. I was all on board for all those episodes. Loved it. And after rewatching The Batman yesterday, you can watch my video on that here on the YouTube channel, Fans Not Experts, or go to fansnotexperts.com. And I really, really liked it, too. I loved it. I get excited to watch this show, and I thought, what are they going to do? I watched as little about this as possible, or I watched all the trailers, and I retained nothing. Because I thought, is this a prequel? Is this taking place, down the road? Is this before the Batman is even the Batman? What are we getting here? Folks, we are getting a direct sequel. It seems like the show starts talking about the events of the Batman with the big finish of, the, Gotham Square Garden and the flood and the ruins that Gotham City is in afterwards. The Batman was mentioned one time saving people. He was not referenced any at all during the rest of this whole episode, but he's out there. And the fact that he's out there, I know there was articles that said Matt Reeves addresses or someone addresses or showrunners address Batman. Is Batman going to be in the new show? I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it at all. Because every article is going to be the same way. It's going to be, The Batman is a show based on the movie. It's like 5 paragraphs explaining what everything is. That's called SEO, and they're trying to get you to click on their article. All that garbage. If you ever read an internet article that says that it's asking a question, skip like the first 4 or 5 paragraphs. They're useless. Get right down. In fact, just search. Like even do a Apple find or Control F and just look for the words you're looking for, because a lot of these articles are nonsense, just trying to get aggregators to find them. I didn't read any of these articles. I don't want to know. I'm assuming we're not going to see Batman, and so I'm fine with that. If we do see Batman, fantabulous. But this show is kind of about the world of Gotham that is going on while the Batman exists. The Batman's got bigger things to deal with right now. More noticeably, the fact that there's a new mayor and the city's in ruins. Now, they showed some of the nice, rich areas haven't been untouched, but a lot of the slums, or I shouldn't say the slums, but a lot of the lower income areas have been hit hard, and people are dealing with the repercussions. Now, in the world of organized crime, we know that Falcone was killed in the Batman. In the Penguin, he got a facelift before he was killed. Now, I wonder why they did this. They recast the actor. I looked it up, Mark Strong, who I've enjoyed in like the Kingsman movies and other things. Wasn't he like Sinestro too? I think. Wasn't he in Kick-Ass also? I've always liked this guy. So my guess is they recast him because we're going to have flashbacks, and they couldn't get John Turturro. So we want to have Falcone in some flashbacks. Let's go get the next best thing to John Turturro, Mark Strong, which everyone says that all the time. By the way, John Turturro was excellent, and it would have been awesome if they could get him. But we're getting that's my guess. Really, what we're dealing with is Falcone's gone, and now there is a power vacuum in the world of organized crime that you think is going to be sealed up by his son. Now, while his son is kind of this loose cannon addict, but he's ready to take charge, you have the Penguin. The Penguin just doing his thing. He's a soldier for this army, for this family. He heads up, these places that do the drops, the drugs, and he's good at it, but he always is looking for more. We see the iceberg lettuce? No, iceberg, what is it called? The Iceberg Palace? Whatever it is. We see the Iceberg Club, the place that we saw the club. It's in ruins. I mean, some of the floors up above are okay, but it's pretty much tattered. He breaks in there to look for some dirt that he could use for something in the future. I believe it's the dirt for, it looks like later, one of the dudes who works for the Falcone family. I don't know if he's the accountant or whatever. I know I've seen this guy in House of Cards, good actor. So we see pictures of him with another woman. And he finds some jewels. But then we meet Falcone's son, who's like, what the hell are you doing here? He was almost threatening to kill the Penguin. And then he's like, I'm in charge now. This is the way things are. The Penguin smooth talks his way right out of it. But they get talking, and Oz gets reminiscent about this old-time criminal who, like, it reminded me of, like, a Whitey Bulger type. He did things for people. People loved him. Being in the town, people respected him. This guy, this kid, this addict laughed at him, and really laughed at him, called him ridiculous, just insulted him to his face, and right there, Oz just reacts quickly, bang, 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 dead, dead, dead. And now okay, this is really what's setting up the show. The kid you think is running the show is not running anything. In fact, he's dead. And now Oz, at least for this episode, needs to figure out a way around the fact that he just impulsively killed the new crime boss of the Falcone family. What are you going to do? You got to get rid of the body. I do like that he's walking the body down the stairs and he realizes, what the hell am I doing? Just throw the body down. He's going to get rid of it. But when he goes out to his car, he sees a bunch of kids who are stealing hubcaps, I think they were doing, or doing something to his car. The rims. These kids all come from these projects, these areas who have been torn, asunder. They've been completely demolished because of the flooding. So we learn that later. All these kids run off. One kid he catches. I recognize the kid from the show The Runaways, which was, I read some of the first series of The Runaways by Brian K. Vaughan, and I really liked it. And then I watched the show, and I really didn't like it. I just thought the acting really wasn't that good, and the whole thing just really wasn't that good. This kid was okay, and he's the one kid who didn't get away. He's got a really bad stutter, and it seems like the Penguin almost felt a kinship to him, a disability. We see the Penguin has this kind of this way he walks. It's like a limp. He has a brace on his foot, and we learn later he has a clubbed foot. And it reminded me sort of like the Gotham Penguin, where he had this walk. He couldn't walk right. And that, I think, led to them calling him Penguin, because he walks like a penguin. I can walk like a penguin. That's from the Boston Museum of Science, where it's fun to find out. If you have any idea what that commercial is, I just, when I think of walking like a penguin, that's the first thing I think of. But that's, of course, from the late 70s and early 80s, so you probably don't know it. I might be on YouTube someplace. So he doesn't kill this kid. And, well, he's not yet. He uses the kid. He's like, all right, you're going to help me get rid of the body. They dispose the body. He feels like he should kill this kid, but the kid he sympathizes with him. And next thing you know, Oz has, the crime boss is dead. He's got this kid that, he's now starting to use. He realizes he has leverage on this kid, and he threatens this kid. And now this kid knows everything that's going on, so you're going to help me now. While that's going on, he also gets called in to meet the family. The family wants to shut down the whole drop operation. What I didn't mention was the Falcone Jr. mentioned that he's going to revolutionize the drug trade, and he's got something new coming in. Oz found his phone, which shows a shipment coming in. So now Oz uses that to tell these guys, hey, there's something happening. There's a shipment. I'm working on it. It's coming in. But we see someone come in over his shoulder, right over his shoulder, and it's the daughter of Falcone, Sophia, right? Falcone, which I recognize the actress. I don't have my phone, but it's like Christine something. Really good actress, really good in this role. She comes right over the shoulder and stands there, and I like that. It's almost like I'm really who you need to worry about. She got out of Arkham, so they call it the Hangman or something. So obviously she has a violent past, a past that got her put in Arkham Asylum for a while. We know who's in there. We know the Riddler's in there. We know the Joker's in there, and she was in there too. So she is like, have you seen my brother? Have you seen my brother? And then she talks to him, and she notices his purple car. She says, let's go out to eat. Takes him out to lunch and says, one thing that's crazy is that my brother was working on something, and he was working on something with me. And so imagine how surprised I was when I heard you talking about this and taking credit for it. And he talks his way out of it saying, you're the surprise. I didn't realize he didn't tell me you were in on this. We were in on this together. I don't think she believes him. So he has to do all kind of maneuvering. Now, there's this ring. I didn't get the significance of the ring. It was the ring that belonged to Falcone. Falcone Jr. took it. The Penguin then took it. He goes off to prison and meets with Maroni and tells Maroni, I want to work with you. Screw the Falcones. I want to work with you. I'm, more than who you think I am. In fact, here. And he gives him back his ring. And Maroni's like, where'd you get that? He goes, maybe I'm more than you think I am, or something like that. So you think he's doing that to get Maroni, excited, or get Maroni excited about him. But really, what he's doing is giving him the ring so that people will see him with the ring. Why? Because later, the sister takes him very naked and tortures him, tries to tell him, tell me what you did with my brother. All of a sudden, the young kid, Vic, who he's been working with all this time, comes through and sets it up so it looks like a car crashed. Well, it did. And it looks like it says payback. They found the dead body in the car. Now, Oswald's here, so he couldn't have done it. Penguin didn't do it. Who did it? Well, it says payback, and the finger was cut off. Now, that finger had the ring that belonged to Falcone, that belonged to Maroni, that's back with Maroni. Well, if Maroni's wearing it, where do you think he got the ring? They're going to just assume, hey, I saw Maroni with this ring. He obviously is the person who took out young Falcone. Now, of course, I just realized that all he could say is, well, the Penguin gave me this ring. So that could really screw things up. Also, Maroni, Clancy Brown, great, awesome actor, cool casting, very happy with that. It ends with him getting out from under the obviously the daughter doesn't think he killed the son. Now he thinks he's pitted both families against each other. The only problem I see with that is he could say, all Clancy Brown has to say is, Penguin gave me that. Well, where did he get it? Well, then he can come up with another story. I don't know. I wonder if that will come up. But he's like, I'm gonna forge my own path. I want to take control of this entire city. And he sees something with this young Vic, and I want you to be here with me. And that's what he's going to do. It seems like he's going to try. He still knows that shipment's out there. They have 48 hours to close down their drug shipment for whatever. The Maronis, the Falcones, want him to shut down the drug dealing den he has now. He has 48 hours to do so, but he's going to take that time to figure out what the shipment is and figure out what these drugs are and try to forge his own Penguin path. So at the same, while all this stuff's going on, we get a little glimpse of just some character study, character growth, because he takes this kid to this small house, and we meet Oswald's mother. Gives her some jewelry, and she seems like she has some sort of dementia that's coming in. But she also knows, what are you trying to cover up? What are you trying to, why are you buttering me up with this jewelry? What did you do? Why are you trying to get me out of here? Why are you running? And he tells her what happened, that he killed the Falcone kid. And she says, well, you get what's yours. I didn't raise a pussy boy. This is what you want. This is what you got. This is my son. You're strong. You could see she's a tough nut to crack. Like, she seemed like she would be a rough woman to raise you. Like, she definitely was like, insulting him, but also trying to build him up. Like, this is what you're built for. So I feel like we're going to see her throughout the series. I don't know how many episodes there are. It says limited series, so this might be a one and done. But I really enjoyed it. It ties into everything that we saw in the Batman, but it was small enough that the Batman didn't need to be involved. And I think when I say small enough, I mean there wasn't anything where Batman would show up. Now, the drug den, obviously he'd show up to that. But there wasn't anything where it's like, well, why wouldn't Batman be here for that? Like when, was it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all this stuff's going on. Like, wouldn't the Avengers try to help a little bit? This one, I didn't get that feeling yet. And I don't think we'll be there because even in the Batman, he's like, I can't be everywhere at once. Well, there you go. Problem solved. You don't have to be everywhere at once. You can be saving people over here while Oz is, cutting off fingers and shooting people and getting slushies over here. One thing I noticed was when I watched the Batman yesterday, they showed the Riddler's 2 licenses, and they both said Gotham, USA. And I thought that's cute because they don't want to say what state Gotham is in. Well, I was wrong. Or at least I was wrong. I might have been right then, but they changed that because he pulled out this kid Vic's license. He's like, I'm going to hold on to your ID because he basically was like using leverage to scare this kid. And it clearly said Gotham, New Jersey. So Gotham is in New Jersey, and they have a Times Square. They have Gotham Square Garden. So it's like mimics of New York right across the, I want to say bay? I don't know. I don't know things all that much or geography. But I do know that in this series, Gotham is in New Jersey. The series ended, and it showed what's coming. And I started watching. I said, you know what? I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. I'm going to ignore this, and I'm just going to see what's coming when I get there. Maybe I'll watch, on the next episode, but I don't want to see all this all at once. The less I see, the better, because I just want to enjoy the show, and I did enjoy the show. Thought it was a well done, well made show, and obviously Colin Farrell. It's believable enough, the makeup, because he's in there, and he's hubba hubba, but this guy you put on the makeup, and it's freeing, and I know that from even the smallest way. Like years ago, me and my friend, we took him and his kids trick-or-treating. Well, he and I took his kids trick-or-treating. And I dressed up in this Viking outfit. Well, you would have thought I was a Viking. I was method. I would not stop talking like a Viking like the whole time. Another time I dressed up in like head to toe in like this exercise gear, and I'm jogging, I'm jumping rope. So I understand the idea of a good costume and buying into it even on a small, minuscule scale of going trick-or-treating in your neighborhood. So, and the makeup was cool. The makeup's believable. And you just kind of buy into it, even though he's in there. It's a really cool look. And I'm excited for this series. I'm glad I watched it. And I'm glad I'm here talking about it. And this is what I expect it's going to be every week. I'm going to watch the show, immediately hit record, start talking about it. And I'll probably get many things wrong. And I'll have many theories wrong, and I'll forget things. But that's the beauty of it. I don't have to get things right. You guys know what's right. You go, oh, he's an idiot. He's wrong. Oh, he nailed it. It doesn't matter. If you like it, great. If you don't, at least thank you for watching. And I do appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Mastodon.social, and Blue Sky at Geek Mentality. The Facebook page is Fans Not Experts. The website is Fans Not Experts. And this project is called The Penguins Mightier, right here on Geek Mentality. And you know why? How you know it's Geek Mentality? Because here is my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this. Penguin.
Fans Not Experts.